In the past 24 hours, Russia has launched 12 airstrikes against Ukraine and 60 strikes with multiple rocket launcher systems. And we're without power every day. We do get it back for a little bit of time. I mean, so far we have, but we don't know when it's going to go down. They were trying to schedule that to try to relieve the grid a bit and share the power between the cities, but over 30% of the power is down in Ukraine, so it's difficult right now. I can't work. I woke up this morning and there was no power. When I went to bed, there was electricity. I worked until about 2 in the morning. Got up at 7:30 and there was no power, no electricity, so the fridge is out, of course, and it's already 11 o'clock. I don't know how long it's going to go. Yesterday, there was a planned outage for 5 hours, and during that time, I couldn't work. There was nowhere to go for electricity because there was no electricity in the city. So I couldn't just go to a coffee shop and sit and work. I was here. There was no electricity, no internet, even on the phone. The phone systems are going down now since yesterday. So sometimes there's internet through the phone service and sometimes there's no phone service or internet through the phone service. We don't know what to expect from moment to moment. So that's the situation here. Russia's gotten aggressive, more aggressive, consistently aggressive, however you want to see it. They're still attacking Ukraine with airstrikes and rockets, and we have no power. Now it's going to start getting colder here very soon. It did get cold, then it got a little warmer, and now it's getting cold again. So one thing I'm doing is, well, I won't talk about what I'm doing, but I'm trying to take care of the heating source issue. And I need your prayers. Please dedicate some time to pray for me each day, even if it's 15 minutes. And I know that's hard for some of you, especially you Americans. You know, we aren't that great at just being quiet and having our eyes closed and talking to God and listening to God for long periods of time. You know, but you have to practice it and you have to get better at it, because at times will get worse here, not just for Ukraine, but for other countries, and you need to be ready. So the other thing is this: I do need support, and I have a couple of guys who have promised support, and one of them, he's promised for a couple of months and hasn't sent anything. So pray for his heart, that the Lord would work a good work in his heart, because that's demonstrated by giving to the ministry of the gospel. And it absolutely is. That's one way that proof reveals itself. Now, if you don't have means for giving, then, you don't. But even the poor widow who had 2 pennies left gave. So if you are buying coffee or you're buying sweets or something like that, fast from it for a month and send that money instead. At least $25. But I need you guys to step up. I need to praise God because some of you have already done that. There have been a couple more who gave some money. I do need you to step up. There's another guy who has promised just recently. I haven't talked to him for a long time, and he showed up, and online. And he promised to give, but he hasn't given. So there are 2 guys whose hearts need to be revived in the Lord, because there's something wavering, something faltering in their hearts. They feel the need to give. They feel that generosity, that empathy. But when push comes to shove, they push it aside. And so something's not right in the heart. So pray for their hearts, that God would do that good work in their hearts and that they would respond to God trying to work in their hearts. And the rest of you, please consider sending some money, because right now it's definitely needed. And the stores, of course, are closed when there's no electricity. So it's difficult because I've got to plan my purchasing and buying of food, things, necessities, when the stores are open. So, and I don't know when the electricity is going to come back on. There's a lot of ministry that needs to happen here, especially during this time, under these circumstances. The building that I live in, that I have an apartment that I'm renting, is full of families with little children. And both of the buildings, there's twin buildings. And so, of course, I'm worried about these families. The ministry opportunities here are great right now, but I need to be aware also of when the electricity comes back on so I can do the shopping that I need to do, so I'm not caught without food or something like that. So far, that hasn't happened. But all of my time is spent on ministry and trying to help people. Like I said, I'm trying to train this one man who has 5 children. He and his wife have 5 children. And, the work here has pretty much come to a halt. I mean, there's no electricity. So that pretty much stops nearly everything. And, as there's electricity, then he and I can work because I'm trying to train him on sales and trying to get a project going for the artists in the city that I was in before. So we've got that mostly done. So I'm training him by him watching me work this project and get this up for the artists to help them here in Ukraine. I praise God for the work that he has been doing in some of your hearts, and I look forward to him doing the same work in the rest of your hearts. So I need you to step up and be that partner with me in this ministry and help me financially as I make these victories here. So now you know my needs. I'm looking forward to seeing your hearts open up for the work of God and for you to step up in ministry with me and help provide for my needs and help provide for Ukrainians as well who are in need. And just whatever you can give. If it's $25, it's $25. If it's $50 or $75 or $100, whatever you can give, okay? Search your heart. Look really intently. Find it and don't hesitate, because the time is now. This is the time. May the Lord bless you as you seek him with all your heart.